What's up, dudes? How's it going today? Happy Friday to everybody out there, for sure. Can you just let me know? I'm using a new device for the stream today, so tell me if it's like even coming through. But yeah, I want to talk to you guys about some math today, and I kind of want to also start with geometry and talk about like just the absolute essentials of what you need in order to, I don't know, in order to like really crush. I really don't think the video is coming through. Let me reload the page. All right, cool. So yeah, I missed yesterday, dude. It was such a busy day. But we can go a little bit longer. That's why I'm starting earlier today because I want to like make up for it. And yeah, I just want to talk about like geometry and math. I have these math questions that I've got ready for you guys. Um, and then yeah, we can talk about grammar in the second half if you guys want to. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. But yeah, thanks for stopping by today. Hope your Friday is awesome. My Friday's been really busy. Okay, so I guess the first question, um, well, I'll use this. Okay, so here's a circle. Let's say 45 degrees. Um, all right, cool. So I guess this would be the question that I would want to ask based off this diagram from my coffee ring. This is actually something that was like really, really big on the SAT. And then recently they have implemented this into the SHSAT. So, what's up, B Trick Shots? So, I want to go over this concept with you guys in case you haven't seen this before. This is actually kind of easy once you know how to do it, but if you haven't seen anything like this before, then it can be definitely be a little tricky. So I guess just what is your reaction when you see a problem like this? Because I'll tell you straight off the rip, there's no usable formula that's relevant for you guys to solve this problem. So it's not like you just throw it into a formula, the area of a segment, and then do it. You kind of have to figure this one out. 4 pi. I like how you spelled pi, Rachel. Uh, there are 4 pies. You can fit 4 decent sized pies inside of that. Yeah, a boss. It just was like scheduling was like absolutely crazy. And then yeah, I ended up driving all over the place and not being able to get back to my office in time to do the live stream. So yeah, I just had like a monster amount of work to do. And then by the time I was like back and ready to go, it was just so late. But yeah, I'll do a longer one today. EP. Okay. So if you guys are looking at this and still confused, I want to offer you guys something that might like kind of open up your eyes as far as the sector of or how big sectors are inside circles. Okay, so here's a circle, and the SHSAT, oh, 5 pi. The SHSAT has been adding these questions in, and specifically adding geometry questions where like what is relevant is like I'm not relevant, sorry. Like each geometry shape is like a thing. So rather than just this being a circle, it would be like a pizza. Okay, and there's crust. Look at that beautiful pizza. How delicious does that look? All right, so imagine you have a pizza, or like if you guys ever like hear of King Arthur and the Round Table, the reason why, and it's like really pixelated today because my new camera's kind of trash, but it's all good. So the reason why King Arthur and the Round Table is a thing is because no matter where your seat is on the round table, you're just as equal as far as seating wise as everybody else. So the same thing is, you know, applicable to all circles. Like if I were to cut this into fourths, right? And I know I cut this into fourths because that's a 90-degree angle right there. Then I know that each of these slices is going to be equal, right? I mean, obviously you can not cut perfectly, but if you had like a robot that cut pizzas, each of these 4 slices is going to be the same size. Now, let's just say that the entire area of this pizza is 4 pi, right? Well, there's 4 slices. So you could probably say each slice is pi, right? So how do we would get that though on an angle that's 45? That's not as obvious as like a 90-degree angle, right? Well, you have to deal with part over whole. That's huge. So let's just say I'm dealing with just this slice. All I want to do is talk about this slice, okay? And we know that the area of this slice is 1 pi over 4 pi. We know that the angle in here is 90, and the entirety of a circle is 360 degrees. And we also know this sector here, just from here all the way to here, just that part of the circumference, is also going to be reflecting of this. Notice how this is 1/4. Notice how this is 1/4. And so if the area is 4 pi, then that means the circumference is 4 pi. And so then I guess what you would call this arc would be 1 pi over 4 pi. So we can find the area of a sector in a lot of different ways. If you're only given the area of the sector and the area of the whole circle, I could probably tell you what this angle is, because this is 1/4, this is 1/4, and this is 1/4. So dealing with this, we know that the internal angle is 45 over 360, and that simplifies to 1/8. So that means this sector is 1/8 of the circle, that this arc is 1/8 of the circumference, and this angle, of course, is 1/8 of the entirety of the angles inside. So what is 1/8 of this area times 32 pi? For 1, you're going to get 4 pi. Dude, good job, Rebecca. Yeah, so that's how this worked. Do you guys have any like burning questions about this? I'll do another problem just so you guys can see. Okay. Let's say the radius here is, how would that work? That'd be 6 times 2. Two problems in my head. Okay, let's say this is 18 pi. Or let's just say this is just straight up 18, this distance in here. Okay, so what I want to know is how big minor arc AB is. Okay, so I guess that's the problem that I'm like, yeah, dude, this is on 8th grade SHSAT. Yeah, they just threw this in to the math section. So yeah, I think 2 days ago I was talking about it, and I was like saying that the math section is much harder this year. The ELA section is much harder this year as well. And this is partly what I'm talking about, because even though in some ways the math section is not as challenging, they threw in some extra concepts that are fair game this year that I just want to make sure you guys are all aware of. So it's actually good for you guys that this test has gotten harder. So I don't know how big minor arc AB is. So a problem like this is like very intimidating to see. Oh, you graduated today? Congrats, man. That's huge. I guess welcome to high school. So yeah. I mean, remember that the ratio of a circle will always work out for angle over 360 degrees will equal the sector area over the total area. And that will also equal the arc length over circumference. Right? So in a problem like this, oh yeah, sorry about the static, dude. Let me see if I can adjust it. Like everything is like right today. Hopefully that should fix it a little bit. Yeah, let me like plug in my microphone really quick. Okay. Either I just made it better or it's gonna get even worse. Hopefully not worse. Okay, so Rebecca's already got an answer on this one, 6 pi. Interesting, okay. 6 pi, that's fast. So yeah, all of these will be equal to each other. So with this, we need the sector, we need the arc length, but we don't have the arc length, and we also don't have the circumference. But what we are given is this 60 degrees. So we can start finding out what this part over whole is, because really all this breaks down to is part over whole. Oh, good, glad it's better. All right, chill. So 60 over 360, right? Because that's our part over the entire whole. And that's actually going to break down to 1/6. So we know that 1/6 is going to equal the arc length over the circumference. And that 1/6 is going to be like our North Star for this problem. You know what I mean? So let's go into it. We don't know the arc length. That's eventually what we want. We aren't given the circumference, but what we are given is the radius. And I don't know if you guys remember the equations that you kind of have to know, but the circumference is either pi times the diameter, or it's 2 pi r, because 2r is the same thing as the diameter. Two of these radiuses will make a diameter. So I'm using this equation here. So we know that the circumference is going to be 36 pi. So we're not done. We have to plug that into the equation. We know that 1/6, it's looking like Rebecca might be right, or Rachel might be right on this one. And we have the arc length over this 36 pi. We do some cross multiplication. So 6a is what I'm going to call it. 36 pi. Divide by 6 on each side. And you get that the arc length is 6 pi. Really nice. Really nice. So yeah, that's how this goes down, these types of problems. So don't be intimidated by them, but you do need to find what percentage is this angle over the whole, or this area of the sector over the whole, or the arc length over the whole. And once you find that, then you can kind of rip through these problems pretty quickly. I'm going to give you one more that's like kind of difficult and see how you guys hang with it. Oh, I messed up the drawing. Hold up. Wait, did you guys all graduate today? Is that just Ashley, or is that everybody that's graduated? Like, are you officially in summer mode, or are you guys still locked up with like another week or two of school? Let me draw a better circle. My circles suck. Dude, I don't know if I told you guys, but like back in medieval times, like in the courts, like in the king's court or whatever, like he'd bring in artists to just try to freehand draw a circle And apparently, if you were like able to freehand draw a perfect circle, that meant like that you were some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of like god divined artist or whatever. Oh, so Teniola, you're on summer break? Nice. Nice. And the boss is on summer too? Dude, should I be doing streams like during the day? Are you guys just like bored during the day? And should I like do these streams, or should I like, or I see I am Potato still got another week and a half. That's kind of whack, dude. Yeah, I think I'll wait till everybody's like for sure on the summer, and then I might like do some summer streams. Just I don't know, just to like do it at different times, I guess. All right, so here's the problem. Um, that would be. Hmm, okay, and then I want to know. Chill, chill, chill. All right, so here's a question for you guys. If this is a circle, I guess that dot in the middle of the circle is the origin or the center of the circle. How long is minor arc XY? Yeah, I think we're going to be studying all summer, I prominent. Oh, dude, you're going to Dream? Dude, that'll be fun. I mean, nothing like doing work during summer. Dude, you're going to be doing a lot of, and you're at the live streams, I am Potato? That's hardcore, dude. Good for you. Okay, I got someone knocking on my door, like BRB guys. Okay, chill. Okay, so what are you guys thinking about this problem? Is anybody like totally blown away by it, or do you just want me to go through the answer? Yeah, it is pretty hard. Okay, cool. So one thing that you have to ask yourself is why did I give you the information that I gave you? And like all test prep or test whatever, you have to go into it knowing that they are required to give you enough information, but they want kids to get a 50% on this test. So they're going to hide it. Sorry, they're going to hide it as much as possible. But they do have to give you true clues, you know what I mean? So notice that in this one, unlike unlike something like this that we had done earlier, notice that this one has a line that goes from X to Y, and this line makes a triangle. So why would they give you a triangle? Well, what do we know about triangles? Triangles have three sides. They also have three angles. And what do we know about those three angles? Well, the three angles of a triangle have to add up to 180. So 90 plus 60 plus whatever this is has to add up to 180. So because of that, we know that this is 30 degrees. So rather than them giving us the internal angle, we had to take a step to figure it out on our own. And you could use the Pythagorean theorem, but generally that's for side lengths. So that would be a little bit harder. And we're looking for this curved edge, not just the line XY. So now that we have this 30, we can do our part over whole. 30 degrees over 360 degrees. I think that works out to 1/12. And so we know that this sector is 1/12 of the whole circle. Oh, what's up, St. Paul? We also know that this arc is going to be 1/12 of the entire circumference, right? So because of that, we got to figure out what the circumference is. Our radius is 12. So 2 pi r is the circumference. So it's going to be 2 times pi times 12 equals the circumference. So 24 pi is our circumference. And 1/12 of that is between X and Y, because that's how big the percentage is of it, right? Oh, nice. Congratulations, man. So 1/12 of this 24 pi, 2 pi. Bang. What's up, Pierre? So yeah, that's how this one goes down. And it's very, very hard. But at the same time, like, if they gave you this, if they gave you this problem on the SHSAT, it is fair game. At the same time, this is like really, really hard. So let's jump into some other SHSAT problems that I think are also really hard, but a little bit more fair, I guess. And I got a bunch ready to go for you guys, actually. I'm trying to make up for missing yesterday by being awesome today. Okay. Oh, what happened? Did my coffee get... Oh, man. All right. No matter. I won't be deterred. Okay. Yeah, dude, St. Paul is just that hardcore. He cannot be stopped. His dominance of the SHSAT did not stop when he took it. He just can't help himself. Okay. All right, chill. So let's go through this page and let's talk about some of these problems because I mean, I don't know. I'm definitely biased, but I think like partially these are actually really hard problems. Okay. Yeah, dude, I actually agree with I prominent on this one because in a normal school, like grade, like some kids get B's, some kids get C's, some kids get A's, maybe some kids get D's, some, but like most kids get at least a 60, 70%, 80%. The SHSAT, they want most kids to get around a 50%. They want a lot of kids to get like a 40%. And they want a good amount of kids to only get 30% of the questions right. So, I don't know. All right, let's start easy and then we'll go a little bit harder in the paint here. Okay, a tank has 42 milliliters of goop in it. If the tank is currently 3/5 full, how much more goop does needed to be added to fill the tank? Oh, dude. Your dream teacher is talking about going to Egypt? Why? Like why are they wasting your time like that? Whenever she's teaching about math, you should raise your hand and talk about things you want to talk about. Like as soon as she starts teaching about math or whatever, you should raise your hand and be like, I love hot dogs. Can we talk about that for 10 minutes? She'll be like, no, only I can talk about off-topic things. So yeah, we're going to start easy with this problem, and then we'll go into something more difficult. 28, 16.8. Okay. All right, cool. So yeah, let's, if you're still working, keep working, but I want to kind of go over this one kind of quick. Okay, so we know that the tank has 42 milliliters of goop in it. But we don't know how big this tank actually is, but we do know that to this level is 3/5 full. So there's a couple different ways you can do this. You could do part over whole, which is how I'm going to do it with cross multiplication. So with part over whole, we know that 3/5 equals this 42 milliliters over, we don't know how big that tank is. We just don't. But part over whole. We can cross multiply. So 210 equals 3x. And then we divide both sides by 3, keeping in mind that x is the full tank. Cool. So x equals 70. At least that's what I got. And that will be an answer choice. So just be aware of that, dude. So if 70 is the answer choice and you pick it and move on, you got it wrong, right? Their job is to make your wrong answers seem really confident wrong answers. So we actually do have to subtract that out. 6, 42. Oh, I subtracted the answer. Yeah, the answer is 28. Cool. Good job, guys. I don't know where the 16.8 came from. Yeah, the stream is... Yeah, dude, I'm using my old iPad instead of my phone because I could... Here, let me show you my phone again. I'm sure you guys can relate to like the highly tragic nature that is having a phone that looks like this. Yeah, it was it was just like, I don't know, I feel like everything was in slow motion when it happened. But yeah, hopefully it'll get less blurry when like I can get my phone back and stuff. I know I would use my phone. 42 times 2 divided by 5. That is interesting. I like the way Obas actually did this. 42 times 2/5. That's... I actually don't know if that would work out, would it? Yeah. Broken that phone is. Okay, cool. So let's do the next one. Oh, here's your redemption. If you didn't do that first one right, here's your redemption on the second one. A jar has 6... Oh, this is kind of mean. A jar has 6 kiloliters of water in it. It is currently 3/10 full. How many milliliters need to be added to fill the jar? Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. And if a boss, that was the if that was the full value of the tank, the 70 times 2/5, you would actually be dead on. But what you did find was 2/5 of the amount that we already had. Yeah, which I think you know. So the jar has 6 kiloliters. How many milliliters need to be added to fill the jar? Okay, we got some answers coming in. Mr. Graduation himself, or no, actually, you haven't graduated. You're already in there, bro. A lot of people come to 14. Roussein, Pierre. Yeah, I prominent. Now you're catching on, bro. I'm trying to trick you guys. You got to be on your toes. Don't let them trick you. Ah, yes. Okay. Millimeters. Yeah, man. Do not... Dude, we're saying, Paul, your spelling is so bad, dude. Milliliters and then milliliters. Very creative, dude. You're like Shakespeare. Yeah, so let me go through this one. So 6 kiloliters of water in it, and it's 3/5 full. We've played this game before. Part over whole equals the part over whole. So what we're going to get is 3x equals 60. And I got 20. Yeah, 20 liters is the full tank. So yeah, you would need an additional 14 liters to fill that tank. So if you said 14 as in 14 liters, yeah, exactly. So how do we remember that? So the conversions are tough, I am potato, but generally going from milliliters to liters and liters to kiloliters is times 1,000, and centimeters to meters is times 100. So just kind of remember that if you can. So then we do have to times this by 1,000, and we're gonna get that 14,000, the 14,000 number. Yeah, dude, Pierre, exactly, dude. So just keep in mind that if you're skateboarding too fast and you don't recognize that there's cracks in the sidewalk or whatever, and you go over them and wipe out, then I mean, you might as well be skating slower and not wipe out, which is kind of a metaphor for this test, because I know that if I gave you 20 minutes and I said, get this question right to save the world, you guys would do it. But when this is coupled next to 56 other math questions, and then on the other side of that, there's 57 ELA questions, then yeah, I mean, you're going to be moving too quick sometimes to vacuum up all the information. But just know on every question, there is a high probability that they're doing a little something to trick you. Nothing that's considered quote unquote unfair, but definitely something that could like give you a little bit of a shake. And it happens to me too. Like I give these problems to adults and they miss them. So it's not just like, oh, you're dumb, you missed it. It's just a human thing. If you're like reading quick, you just miss stuff. Okay, here we go. What is the lowest common multiple of 3, 7, and 48? Lowest common multiple of 3, 7, and 48. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And if you guys need a quick hint, there's multiples and there's factors. You've probably seen greatest common factor, lowest common multiple, lowest common factor, well, you know, things like that. Um, Factors are what go into a number. Multiples are multiplies of the number. So a multiple of 2 is 4, 6, 8, 12. Dude, Rachel's coming in really hard in the paint on this stream. 3 and 7 and 48, yeah. Oh, 3, 7, that's supposed to be and 48, not just 55. So, yeah. 144. And keep in mind, we're looking for the LCM of these three numbers. $65. Okay, I'm gonna go over this. So for these, generally, I know my threes, but I could list them. But I'm gonna list my 48s really quick, my multiples of 48s. So I know 48 is 1, and then 48 plus 48, or 48 times 2, I guess would be easier. 16, 8, 9. So we know 96 is the next one. 96 plus 48, that's 14, so 144. Okay, so I could do one more. 48, 12, 3, 7, 172. Okay, so here are the multiples of 48. So we have to see the lowest one of these that 3 and 7 are. So 3 goes into 48 pretty clean, but 7 does not, because 7 times 7 is 49. So no way it goes into 48. 96. I am not 100. I know 3 goes into it because 99 is a multiple of 3, so 96 should be. But I don't know if 7 goes into it. 26. Nope. That does not go in cleanly. So 96 is not a multiple of 7, so we can actually cross that out. 98 is not divisible by 48. Yeah, dudes. Yeah. Right, so let's keep cruising then. 144, can that be divided by 7? Or can that even be divided by 3? That would be 4 to a 12 to a 24. Yeah, that's divisible by 3. But can 7 go in 144? I don't know. 2, 14, 0, 4. No, it can't. So that's not correct either. Pierre's thinking 336. You might be right. 172 divided by 7 would be 2. 14. That's 32. Nope. So we know it's not. Wait, that's 1. Wait, why did I do? Oh, 172. So 7 does not go into 172. So we got to keep climbing. So everybody's feeling like it's 336. I'm getting that spammed in the chat. So I guess I'll give that a shot. So 336 divided by 48. Does it go in cleanly? How many times does that go in? That looks like it would be the 172 times 2? No, that won't work. I don't know. I mean, we could just check it. What would it be? 6, so that would be 7. Just a guess. 6, 50, that'd be 28. So that would be 33. So 7 does go into it. 336. 3 definitely goes into it. Oh yeah, so 48 times 7, that goes into it. So that's going to be our answer, 336. Bang. So good job, dudes. Excellent job, actually. Really nice. All right, let's cruise on to the next one. Oh, this is a really good one. It's like a rate problem, but also kind of an interesting one. So Josh runs a lap in 2 minutes. Rokaki can run one in 6 minutes, and Jojo Benger can run one in 7 minutes. How many laps will Jojo Benger run before they all cross the finish line again? And let's just say they all start at the same time. Let me add some more information. They all start at the same time. And they all cross the finish line at the same time again. Okay, cool. So here's the question. No, that's good, dude. I love it when people spam the chat. It just helps the analytics. Also, yeah, leave a like if you haven't. That's all good. And believe it or not, this is actually a lowest common multiple problem. Like I told you, they like often try to trick you and hide information. They could have asked this problem exactly like the last problem we did, what is the lowest common multiple? $3.5? How'd you get 3.5, dude? That's how many laps he's going to run before they all cross it? If he's only running a half a lap, then, I mean, I guess. Pierre's got 42. Nah, you're not dumb, dude. It's just Friday, baby. I am potato 6. But dude, if okay, right, because we're dealing with laps and not minutes. Yeah, that works. I mean, Rachel, you're not alone. So let's go over this one. So we got a track like this, dude. And do you guys still have to run? Do you guys still have to run for PE? Do they like time you? So Josh runs it in 2 minutes. So that means every 2 minutes he's going to be getting out a lap. Rokiki can run one in 6 minutes, and Jojo Bender can run one in 7. So basically what we're asking is for 2 minutes, 6 minutes, and 7 minutes, when will they all be back again at the finish line? So 2, 6, and 7. So Josh is literally just like destroying. Like he's just pounding out these laps like it's no problem because he's a boss. Okay? 22. I think that's as far as I gotta go. Where this guy is every 6 minutes, so it takes him a little bit longer. Obviously, he has not been training in the same way. Not saying that you have to train for PE, but that's what's up. I might have to go further on this 2-1. And then every 7 minutes, this last dude is getting a lap done. 28, 35. Ooh. So I hit a number that I like in both of these. So after 42 minutes, both of these guys will be at the beginning, and 42 can be divided by 2, so I'm feeling pretty cocky about this answer. But the question asks, how many laps will Jojo Bender run? Well, he runs 1 lap, 2 lap, 3 lap, 4 laps. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 laps, man. 6 laps. Cool, man. So hopefully this makes sense. But yeah, really good job, the people who threw in 6. Pierre, you were correct. And know that 42 is the lowest common multiple. But just like I am potato kind of clarifies, they're going to trick you. Just like in that problem earlier where I had kiloliters and then I went to milliliters. I didn't ask how many minutes will it be before they all cross the finish line again. If that was the case, Pierre, you'd be perfectly right. Or everybody that said 42 would be right. What I asked was how many laps did they do? And he does first lap in 7 minutes, second lap in 14 minutes, third lap in 21 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So eventually after 6 laps, he'll get there. All right, let's do another one. Okay. I feel like that's too similar. Let's actually jump over. Oh my gosh, all of these are the same. Hold on. Okay, this is a good one. That's a great attitude, Pierre. I'll give you a pat on the back for that one, dude. Good job. All right, so actually let's focus on this one. I'm gonna cover up these other problems so you can't see them. Yeah. Oh, do you see my plant is making an appearance here? My plant. All right, hold on. Okay. So here is the question, right? That's okay. I have a bucket with a hole in it 3 out of every 7 liters I attempt to transport drips out onto the floor. If I attempted to transport 784 liters of water, how many kiloliters did I spill on the floor? I am. It's a potato S, 6S. So it has Siri on it and stuff. What's up, Zach? Dude. Okay, so we got 336. We also have 0.336. We also have 0.00336. Okay. So the positive thing is that St. Paul, you got shook again, dude. Cannot let that happen, dude. Good thing you already passed. Yeah, the units, bro. So yeah, exactly. So you all got the 336, which is great because that 3 out of 7 falls onto the floor. So 3 out of the 784 will be that. So we know that it's going to be 336 liters that spill out, but then we got to divide that by 1,000. Bang, 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 bang. So I don't know, take you back to like what, 5th grade when you learned long division? You got to add that decimal place in, bros. And then you can throw that 3 there. And since we know that it's going to start with 0.3, then we're done. Then we can just go bang. Then we can just go bang. That's our answer. Because if it starts with 0.3 and we know it's 336, then we're good to go. We don't need to do the whole division problem. I mean, we can, but yeah. So cool, man. That's just how this one rolls. But don't get tricked. I warned you. Okay. All right. This is a good question. This is a very relevant question. Let me actually see if I can get right in the middle. Okay. So let me read this to you, this story. On a car trip, I traveled the first 60 miles in 20 minutes. I was then pulled over by a cop. I then finished the last 50 miles of the trip, but this leg of the journey took me 4 hours and 40 minutes to complete since my car was backed by the cop as I was fleeing on foot. What was my average speed for the entirety of my trip? Would it have been faster to drive the speed limit, 50 miles per hour, and not get pulled over? I'm going to give you guys like 3 minutes to solve this one. Teniola, you're correct. So I'm going to give you guys 3 minutes to solve this one. And both questions are relevant. Dude, YouTube is so funny. It says my stream is in excellent condition. And then as soon as I move my hand, it like immediately drops to not excellent. All right, yeah, keep working. You guys got like 2 more minutes. Yeah, dude, I am potato. They do that to you all the time. Actually, I forgot. Since I'm on an iPad, I can actually zoom in on this. There. Hopefully that's a little bit better for you guys. But yeah, dude, they do a lot of different things to make these problems harder. Obviously, they can do like a conversion at the last step, like the previous problems that we solve. They also cannot give you all the information and make you solve it yourself, like that circle problem we did. They can also just overload you with information and just go, deal with it. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do to you guys here, is just overloading you guys with info. So just if you're still stuck, my best advice to you is make the information your own. Put it on your own piece of paper, and then you don't have to look at that word problem anymore. Give you guys like a minute and a half more. Dude, what if I just marathon streamed and I just 22 miles per hour from Pierre? What if I just started streaming now and I didn't stop into the test? A boss also thinks 22 miles an hour. Okay. I'll wait for a couple more answers to come in here. Okay, so you got 0.36 miles per hour? Yeah, I don't know. I would check the mechanics of your math there, bro, just to make sure that you didn't like accidentally move a decimal place. Okay, cool. So let's go over this one then. Let me give myself a new piece of paper. 22. Okay. I am going to zoom out. Yeah, you guys can still see the problem, right? All right, chill. Okay, so we on this car trip. Okay, so notice that I'm putting the miles above the time, right? Something to think about. So 60 miles in 20 minutes, and then I get pulled over for no reason, probably, and then I flee on foot. Complete since my average speed finish the last 50 miles. Okay, so then I did 50 miles, and this took me 4 hours and 40 minutes, which is like saying 4 2/3 hours. All right, chill. So we know this, and we have to find the average speed. Well, remember that miles per hour, like I put in this thing, miles per hour is miles per hour. This per is dividing. Just like if I said price per pound, you'd put the price over the pound. Or if I said pencils per kid, you take the number of pencils and divide the number of kids. So that's what speed is, the number of miles over the number of hours. So we know we traveled at a total of 110 miles. And we know it took us, let's see, how long? It looked like it took us 5 hours. Yeah, I think who is writing this in the chat? 22. Yeah. So that's how we get to our 22. That's our average speed. Would it have been faster to drive the speed limit? Yes. But you don't get to run from the cops if you drive the speed limit. A little piece of advice from your tutor here, Tyler. I'm gonna get my YouTube page deleted for that. Okay, so let's keep going. I feel like we've done this one actually. Yeah, let's do it anyways, because it's relevant. Yeah, Pierre, I was just like, you didn't hear it at the beginning of the stream. I talked about it. I just was like driving around way too far. Okay. So let's look at this problem. Here. Okay, here we go. So this is a very similar problem. So for all of you homies who are looking for redemption, now you're gonna get it. Ooh, too much. On Zoom. Okay, that works for me. So let me read it to you in case you're like on mobile or whatever. 3 machines work side by side in a factory to wrap loaves of bread. An employee must push a button to initiate each loaf that gets wrapped. One machine can wrap a loaf in 4 minutes, the other in 6 minutes, and the last in 7 minutes. If the 3 machines and 3 employees hit their first button at 9 a.m., when will all 3 of them hit their button at the same time? Again. Thanks for saying, Paul. Yeah, I appreciate all the likes and shares, all that stuff. Yeah, and if you can, just like tell your friends about this, because the more people, the more subscribers I can get, hopefully I can get monetized. That would be the dream. I'll give you guys like 2 more minutes with this one. Oh, Jane, what's up? Okay, I think I'm gonna go over this one now. Okay, chill. So again, this is another lowest common multiple ones, because we know that one machine takes 4 minutes, one machine takes 7 minutes, and one takes 6 minutes. God, I did that out of order. So 8, 12, 16, 20. I know my multiples of 4, I promise. 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48. I'm running out of room. Hopefully that's enough. And then we go through 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42. Dang. 49, 56. Does 4 go into 56? It doesn't. Oh my gosh. So we're gonna have to do a little bit longer of a sequence here. But I'll continue on this one. So we know that this is 63, 70, 77, 84. Okay, we'll do that. And then I know that none of these are gonna work, but I do know that 6 times 8 is 48. So I'm just gonna skip these. And then I'm gonna go 50, 4, 60, 66, 72, 79. Nah, so this is going to be much further down the road because 84 and 85, right? Cool. So yeah, everybody's getting 10 something. So I'm going to keep going on this and just start another row. And a lot of people are like, well, there's, mathematical ways to do this. For the SHSAT, they're all about just like brute getting through the test. So that's kind of how I am too. So let's keep going with these 6s and 7s and see what we get. So we know that we're at 84 and then we keep cruising. Man, this is like realizing I don't know my times tables as well as I thought I did. 91, 98, 100. Okay, so I think I've gotten it. I think it's somewhere in here. So then we know 85. So that's going to be great, 91. I didn't have to do even more work. Okay, so we know 91. Does 4 go into 91? I am super doubtful just because of reasons. Yeah, doesn't go in. So we got to keep cruising, guys. 72 to 79. Did I do my math wrong, I guess? Yeah, we can do probability. Did I mess up somewhere? Can someone just like show me where I messed up? 78 to 84. Oh. No, that's 77 to 84. Where that's in the 7s. And then 72 to is that where I messed up? Yep. Okay. Good job. The chat is smarter than me for this problem. Great. So 84 and 84. Really good job, guys. So yeah, and dude, 4 definitely goes into 84. So we know it's going to be 84 minutes. That's going to be 1 hour for sure. And it looks like 24 minutes left over. Bang. So it's going to be 10:24. I think a lot of you guys were saying that. 24. That's going to be the answer for this one. Chill. Yeah, I messed up a little bit. Thanks for catching me there on my math. But yeah, do you guys have any questions about this one, or anything like that? Because there's only a couple more that I really want to go over to. We can do a probability problem just for Farzana there. I literally think it just happens every 30 minutes just because of how bad. I have my microphone stand and it's attached to my laptop on the other side of the desk. It's like, I don't know, man. So. Okay. Yeah, I did cap it so that it shouldn't be too loud. I mean, of course it's loud and annoying, but hopefully it's not like rearranging your brain cells. Okay, so yeah, just give it a second. Hopefully it'll pop out. Let's see. Should I give you guys a casino problem? Okay, yeah. Okay, I know how I want to write this problem. All right, cool. So here's a question about playing dice. You guys should not be playing dice, but if you are, and you roll 2 dice and you get 1 and 1, that's called snake eyes. So to impress my friends during a dice game, I yell out snake eyes right before I roll my 2 dice in hopes that it comes out 1 and 1 to make them seem like I called it beforehand. How many rolls would I need to do this for to be 100% sure that I get at least 1 snake eyes? Do you drink or eat a slushy? Well, dude, I guess my question to your question is, do you chew a slushy? Which is also why I never considered soup a food. Like a lot of people are going to hate on that, but I'm sorry, soup is not a food. If you're like, let's get lunch, I don't know, come over to my house, I'll make you lunch, and you make soup, like I'm going to call you a liar for saying that we're eating lunch. Like if I come over to your house hungry and you make soup, like what a slap in the face. Like I thought we were going to be eating food, not drinking hot water. 36. Okay. Yeah, okay. You see, you guys are on this. All right. So, I mean, basically for this one, it's a 1/6 probability for the first dice, 1/6 probability for the next dice. You have a 1 in 36 chance of getting it done. Yeah. So that's where you get it. That's that compounding probability. So let's look at a probability problem where they kind of like, or where I kind of switch it up on you guys to see if I can shake you guys. Because Farzana wants to work on probability and he crushed that problem pretty much right away. Where's it, Maisha? Teniola, yeah, everybody's got this one. So let's say there is bag with, hmm. Hold on, give me a second so I can make a legit problem for you guys. 36. Okay, yeah, let me make a legit problem for you guys. What'd that be? Hold on. Hold up. You guys just chill. Yeah, we can talk about grammar today. Um, this might be too hard. All right, here's a problem that I literally think is too hard, but maybe it's not. So we'll have to like look at it. There's a bag with 7 blue marbles and a bunch of other non-blue marbles. if I pick randomly, get a blue marble, and remove it from the bag, then reach again randomly and get another blue marble, the probability of this is 1/56. How many marbles are non-blue? Oh, nice. Yeah, Cody. Good for it, man. Yeah, it's yeah, if you don't know, my phone got totally dominated by the ground, so I'm using my old iPad because it has a camera on it. I think this problem is too hard. Is this too hard, guys? Sure. I'll give you guys more time. Dude, I think I'm gonna keep streaming until I don't know. I'm gonna stream for a while today, just because I was such a bum yesterday. Yeah, Usain Paul's got a kind of a good idea there where you can work backwards. I think this is solvable. You know what? Actually, this is really not solvable. I think this is too hard. I think this is too hard. Whatever, we'll figure it out. Yeah, this problem is way too hard. Let me give you guys another, because let me just show you guys why this problem is broken. I don't think it's a good problem, even though it's my problem. Dang. So really, we don't know how many marbles are in the bag, but we do know that it equals this 156 number. So the reason why is this isn't actually an SAT question anymore, because we know that the first probability is 7/x, and we're have to multiply that by the 6 because I removed one of those blue marbles. But since I removed one of those blue marbles, we actually have something like that. Okay. So yeah, this actually would be way too difficult, because what we would end up getting is 42/x² minus x equals 1/56. And you'd end up with a quadratic equation. And they actually don't test quadratic equations on the SHSAT. So I don't know if that really would be a thing. It'd be like this. That'd be 12, 10, 11, 4, 20, and 12, 2, 5, 3, 1. So it would be x² minus x equals 1352. And then what we'd want to do to solve this quadratically, x² minus x, it would be x² minus x minus 1/352 equals 0. And we'd want to solve this quadratic equation. So yeah, I mean, this could be a thing. If you're really good at foiling, you can get it done. But it's just so heinous that I just would never expect anybody to throw that into the quadratic formula or whatever. So let me give you another probability one that isn't as whack. That is along the same vein, though. That is along the same difficulty. So let's see. Scientific notation. Oh, yeah, we can go into scientific notation for sure. Yeah. Let me do one more probability problem and then we'll go into that. So just chill for a sec. Let me whip one up. Okay, yep. Okay, so let me read this question so you guys all kind of catch when I'm coming out here. Yeah. Oh, thanks, I'm Potato. Yeah, dude, I'm so happy you guys are coming and getting something out of these streams, man. It's awesome. Okay, there are 7 blue, 6 green, and an undisclosed amount of red marbles. The probability to randomly select a blue marble is 1/7. I then remove a blue marble. Now the probability to select a green one is 1 out of 8. How many red marbles are there? Bang. you just be like, listen to the clicks. I'm in California, man, but I do tutoring online. Like I have a bunch of tutoring students online, stuff like that. To answer your question, Pierre, I didn't grow up in New York, so no, I didn't go to a specialized high school. I would have, but it wasn't in New York. I was tutoring, to answer your question, Pierre. I know about the SHSAT because I was tutoring SAT and ACT and IC and TAX and COOPS and HSP, like all of the tests. And I don't know, for some reason, I just like started doing a lot of SHSAT stuff. So here I am. Oh, is this one too hard for you guys? There's actually two different ways to do this one. This is a really good example of, I mean, of course, to pat myself on the back, but this is a really good example of a question with a ton of information, and your job is to parse through it. All right, Farzana's got 36. Yeah, it's but that's like real life, dude. Like real life, like you get all of this information, you got to cut out like what the noise is. St. Paul's got 36. Okay. The Flash, what's up, man? Yeah, we got like a pretty strong Bengali crew in this chat. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let me go over this. So there's two different ways to go over this one. Let me show you the slick way first. So we know that the probability to remove a blue marble is, or actually let me show you the slick way the second. This is just like the straightforward way to do this. So we know that the probability to select a blue marble is 1/7. So that 1/7 gets reduced from 7 over something. Well, I mean, we can cross multiply all day, but I mean, obviously 49 equals X. So we know that there's a total of 49, 49 blue marbles. And then we get 49 marbles total. Then we get rid of one marble, and we have one blue marble, and we have 6. We do the same here. So 1/8 equals 6/X, and X is going to equal 48, which totally makes sense. So then if there's going to be 48 marbles when there's 6, we can minus the 6 here, and the 6 blue marbles that are left, and we're going to get 36. That's the long way to do this. The easy way to do this is, if you know, I'm going to set this up again, that 1/7 is going to be that 7/X figure, and we're going to get that there are 49 marbles total. Well, we know that 7 of them are blue. We know that 6 of them are green. Bang. You don't even need to hit this 1/8 figure. Get that trash out of here. All you need is this 1/7 figure, this 7 and this 6, and your money all day. Now, why did I include the second part of it? A, to make the problem more confusing, which they do all the time. And B, just to see, just to see if that changed the way that you guys approach the problem. But everybody kind of crushed it so hard that it's like hard to say. So let's go over scientific notation, just because I think that is going to be available to be tested on the test. So I think it's important that we cover it here. And for those of you guys who are not hip to it, scientific notation, let me write that up here, is used because in space and in like very small kind of like manufacturing stuff, and just, I don't know, like very small measurements, they're like, in space the measurements are so huge, you wouldn't just want to write 7,000,000, you want to like find a shorter way to do that, and with smaller numbers too. So let me give you two examples. 7.1 times 10 to the third, comparing that to 7.1 times 10 to the -5th. Okay, so both of these are in scientific notation. This one is a super huge number. This one is a super small number. And generally there's just one and then a dot and then another number, and times 10 times a value. 10 times 10 times 10 is very huge. And if you were in the stream a couple days ago, when you have a negative exponent, if you have like 2 to the -3, that's the same thing as saying 1/2 to the third. So this is going to get really, really small, really, really fast. So let's do a quick problem, or I guess like I'll show you how this works. So if you want to write out the full number, you can. This is going to go 3 places. So I'm going to write my 7.1, and then I'm going to move it 3 places. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to put the dot right there and fill it in with zeros. This number is 7,100. Whereas this, I do the same thing, but I move the dot in the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, put my dot down, and then I fill in the gaps. And if you're still confused about this, I mean, oh yeah, this is a small number. Bang, 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 7, 1. If you're confused about this, I have a video about scientific notation that I think is still up. So check that out in the math section. But what they'll do is they'll give you a problem like this. Okay. Can anybody simplify this for me? 2.4 times 10 to the 5th over 1.2 times 10 to the 3rd. What's up, skills? Dude, Pierre has been all over the chat today, man. Good job. Times 10 squared. And Jane, that's funny. Jane also has 200. Okay. All right, cool. So let's go over this. So the way you can do this, and the way that I recommend you guys doing this, is to draw like a little line in your head right there and do this division, then do this division, right? And one thing that we saw with this, if you have x to the 6th over x to the 3rd, that's like saying x over 3 of these x's. They're going to cancel out and we're left with those 3 x's. Or we could just do 6 to the x minus 3 and get our 6 to the 3rd. And that's what we're going to be doing over here in a little bit. But we're going to do this first. What 2.4 divided by 1.2, that's just going to be 2, homies. And then what is this? It's going to be times 10 to the 5th minus 3. So yeah, you're going to get 2 times 10 squared. And why I kind of like Jane's answer here is because we just move this over 2 places, 1, 2, fill in our zeros. Yeah, it is 200. This is also 200. Chill. So all right, now that you guys know this, if you have any questions, ask, because I'm about to give you a harder one. Hold on, how does this work? My head. So much math. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, so 2.4 times 10 to the negative 9th divided by 1.6 times 10 to the 3rd. Oh, yeet, what's up, man? Yeah, we've been crushing it. Wow, that'd be crazy, Rusame. Yeah, okay, here we go. First answer in the bucket here from Rachel. Yeah, Rachel, you've also been crushing the chat today. Really good stuff, man. Okay, study till I pass out. That is a valid answer, but just know that they would ask for you to write it like this. Or 7. Yeah, they'd want you to write it like that. 8.0, right? Okay, yeah, so Yeats got that answer too. Yeah, so yeah, STY apparently, I mean, these schools are really good, but that's not what makes specialized high schools good. I mean, they don't get that much. They don't get like more money. They don't get like, you know, the teachers don't get like double salary or anything like that. What makes the specialized high school so good is the students. They're all like gunners and they're all smart and they're all like on it. So, yeah, there is a lot of homework, but I mean, your whole class is going through it and you're going to be surrounded by other people like you. So you'll have a network of other people who are grinding just as hard. It's not like when you call your friends and you're like, hey, what's the homework? And they're like, I'm not doing it. Or like, I don't know. Like if you hit up your homie, like it's going to be a smart dude there. All right. So let's go over this. So 2.4 divided by 1.6, we got to do that first. That goes in one time. Wait, I do this right? Oh, right. I'm gonna move both these decimal places over. D. Okay. So then that goes in one time. 16, 8, 80. I happen to know that's 5. So it's going to be 1.5 on the left side. And then times 10 to the negative 9, since it's division and they have the same base, it's minus. So it is going to be 1.5 times 10 to the negative 12th. Dude, good job, Ashley. Yeah. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, OG, man. Cool. All right, so that's how this works. Yeah. Okay, cool. So what else do you guys want to talk about? Like, I have my camera up today. I know we did ELA 2 days ago because my phone lost the battle to gravity. But is there any like math concept that like you guys want to go over or talk about or anything like that? Yeah, man. Thanks for the subs. Yeah, that's super helpful. If I can get up to 1K subs, I'll be so happy. Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, is there like anything that you guys want to cover? Yeah, I think last year I was at like how many subs? I think last year by the test, or like my first year by the test, I had 60 subs, and then the second year by the test, I had like 500. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the sum of two numbers. Oh, we're saying Paul. That's a really good question. Actually, we should do one of those. And to answer your question, Rachel, yeah, there is trigonometry, and by trigonometry, I mean triangles. Do you have to know sine, cosine, and tangent? Probably not for the 8th grade one. But yeah, let me do the sum of consecutive numbers. Okay, cool. All right. So the product of two consecutive odd numbers is 63. If I add 3 to the larger odd number and subtract 6 from the smaller odd number, what is the sum of these two new numbers? Do a test speed run live stream? I mean, I might, because there's that old test booklet that I could. Oh, did I do? Actually, I did both math sections for the previous handbook. This shouldn't be quadratic. I mean, you can mess around with it and do quadratic and quadratically solve this, but you don't have to. And for those of you who don't know, quadratic means that you're just dealing with x squared. Wait a minute. Does this work out? Yeah, it works out. Oh, Rachel, you already said 12. Oh, you each got 13? Yeah, I only take the first. From now on, I'm only going to take you guys' first answer. Because just like on the test, you'll put that answer and move on and probably forget it. So, yeah. All right, so let's go through this. The product of two consecutive odd numbers. Now, consecutive odd numbers, right? So that could be 5 times 7. That could be 7 times 9. Well, that works. So we know that 7 times 9 equals 63. So here are our consecutive odd numbers. So then if we're going to add 3 to this 9, and we're going to take away 6 from this guy, then it's going to be 1 and 12, 13. Bang. Yeah. No. I'm only going to take your guys' first answer. Yeah. Jane's got it. Pierre's got it. Yep. That's exactly it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's what they mean by like consecutive integers. Like, oh, here's, yeah. Oh, should I do that one? Okay, yeah, let's do this one just to see. Okay, so here's the question, just for a little bit. We're saying, Paul, I think you're a little off in your math there, dude. You might have forgot to carry a 1 or something. So the product of two consecutive odd integers is -1. What is the smaller of the two consecutive odd integers? Yeah, I think you must have forgot. Okay. Yeah, skills, Pierre, study till I pass. Yeah. Yep. Yeet. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So the reason why I wanted to bust out this problem is, yeah, consecutive integers can be odd integers could be 5 and 7. It could be 111 and 113. They also could be -1 and 1 because these are consecutive and they're both odd, right? Negative uno. Thank you. Muchas gracias, I am potato. So yeah, man, that's just how this one goes, and they might do this one just to kind of throw a wrench in there, but yeah, that's how this one works. All right, chill. What else do I want to cover with you guys today? There was a problem that I had saw that I was like, that would be a good problem. Was it a rate problem? Was that? I have like all these windows open on my folder. Oh, wait. Oh, was it geometry? Let me see here. Okay, cool. These are all problems from. Oh yeah, let's do that one. Dude, get your chicken nuggets. Yeah, do your thing, man. Okay, so here's a question that I'm interested. All right, chill. So the decimal 0.24 can be written as the fraction g over 25. All right, see you, Rusame. Peace, man. See you, Teniola. Yeah, I'm going a little long today. So the decimal 0.24 can be written as the fraction g over 25. What is the value of g? Well, you got to fight through the adversity, man. You can do it. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already. Appreciate all that stuff, bros. Okay, study tab pass out with the flash answer. Skills also agrees. Jane also agrees. Oh, Yeet also agrees. Dude, you guys are piling. Okay, you guys crushed this. Should I even go over this problem? I'm not going to go over this problem. You guys crushed it. Too good. Too fast. Okay. Yeah, dude, I mean, you guys are talking about classes and stuff. Yeah, I mean, really, there's two skills that you have to know to crush the SHSAT. You have to actually know what's up. One, you got to know what's up. Two, you got to be a test taker. Okay, so there's a lot of kids who knows what's up. Like, I give them a really hard problem, they're like, cake, bang. If I give them a really hard grammar problem, they're like, cake, bang, here's the answer. But when they get into their room, they become really bad answers. They give really bad answers. They become a bad test taker. There's also kids I know who, when I'm like tutoring them and stuff, like they're like so lost all the time. They're like, I kind of get this, I kind of know. But when they get into the room, like they just know how to crush the test, and so they do it. So, I mean, being a good test taker is just as good. Now, what does that mean though? One, it means to like, I don't know, like have perspective, which I guess would mean be not nervous, right? Because a lot of kids, just by being nervous, their skill goes down a little bit. The second thing I would say is they have to be precise. Because a lot of kids know math and they do math and then they go to the next problem, but they actually made a little bit of an error. They forgot to carry the one, or they forgot to do their multiplication correctly, or you even saw me today make a mistake because I wasn't being precise. So being a good test taker means having the right attitude and also really, really making sure that all your ducks are in a row, because you could know what's up and you could definitely be really good at all these different types of math. But if you're not a good test taker and you have like a bad atmosphere and stuff like that, then it won't even be worth it. Yeah. So just keep that in mind. Keep that perspective in mind, and yeah, just have that attitude. Yeah. Drink. Yeah, I would recommend drink about a gallon of a gallon of energy drinks before you go in, just to make sure you're nice and crisp and alert. I wouldn't worry about the consequences of that. Just get like maybe a 6-pack of energy drinks. I'd say drink 5 of them right before the test, and then one right after the test, just so you can leave feeling hype. Yeah, dude, a lot of kids are super smart, but when they sit in that room, they freak. So like already start, like, do yourself a favor and already start visualizing sitting in that room. And also don't like overblow the situation, because yeah, like this is a big test. But if you hype up this test in your mind to be bigger than it is, then it's going to become that big monster you got to fight. Like, if anything, just try to keep it nice and cool and like low key. And like, yeah, it's very important. At the same time, know that you're already enough. You don't need to be extra. Just bring yourself and your level head. And that's probably the best test taking advice I could give you guys, is just bring yourself and bring a level head. Yeah. All right, dudes. I think it's almost been 2 hours. Yeah, the test is October 30th. I think it's almost been 2 hours. So I think I'm going to duck out, unless you guys have any other questions. I guess I'm going to show my site here. Dude, and it seems like people cannot get to that bottom of the deep mine, which is cool. But I'm like, I've already made about 20 other floors that I want to add to the game. But since only a couple people have gotten to the bottom, I mean, should I add 20 more floors to it and another dungeon? Because right now there's 2 dungeons. And yeah, like, yeah. So yeah, hit up tylertutor.com for stuff, I guess. And yeah, I mean, yeah, tell me if you guys need any other materials or anything like that, and I'll hook you guys up with it. But yeah, I will be back. I'm gonna be back on that everyday live stream grind at 6 p.m. And then Thursday is just kind of weird. Thursdays might, because I have a tutoring student at that time. For like, before I even started this live stream, I had a tutoring student that time, so I might do 5 p.m. on Thursday or 7 p.m. Or I'll do what I do yesterday and just sleep and watch YouTube videos. Go down a rabbit hole of YouTube videos. Like, I watched one dog behavior video. I'm like, house sitting this dog, and so I'm trying to like get on its level. I watch one dog behavior video, and now all of my YouTube recommendations are like, look at this dog. I'm like, come on, where are my other videos? Yeah, you got it, Jane. Anything, man. You guys are, I do it for you guys for sure. Yeah, definitely. You got a potato. Yeah, if you want to help out, I'm not, you don't need to give me money or anything like that. But if you do want to help out, just like the video, share the video, tell your friends about it. The bigger crowd that I get here, the more it helps me for sure. Yeah, cool. So yeah, man, I'll see you guys in next week. I hope your weekend is awesome. Like, I hope you get all of the sleep that you need, and I hope that you don't have to like do chores or whatever. Like, yeah. Also, yeah, study till I pass out. Kind of put together a Discord if you guys want to chill there and chat there. I might be popping by there in and out over the weekend. Yeah. All right, man. Just like always, I'm gonna leave the chat open for a little bit, but see you guys Monday.